Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody out there. YouTube land, this is Moz. We're coming to you with another episode of Moz's Toy Box. This episode is InvaderMoz Toy Photography. Coffee.
I don't like coffee. It makes me jittery.
All right, so what you're about to see here is going to be an entire session of my photography process. This is a session of my Hot Toys Aliens that I just did. It was posted to Instagram on Friday, the 28th of January. So this is the actual process. You're gonna follow me around the room while I'm doing the entire thing, while I'm finding the shot, while I'm playing with the different textures in the air, the lighting, all kinds of stuff. Then we're going to also break it down into Photoshop and or Lightroom and do my little editing process. It's not a whole big process really, but it's, you'll join me while we're in there and check that out. It's going to be pretty fun. So without further ado, if you like the video, please guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions that you'd like to see us go over on the live streams every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, only on Moz's Toy Box. Enjoy, guys. Moz's Toy Box in the house. We're going to try to record this shoot. I have everything posed, I think, where I want it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to leave the light on during the shoot, though. That could be a problem. So we're going to just give it a go and see how it goes, really. I mean, so we got to plug in the camera. Oh. If you don't have a designated power supply for your camera, you're doing it wrong, especially if you're shooting on a tripod. They're not expensive. They're like, I don't know, maybe 20 bucks at most. And now I have power. Yay. All right. Oop. Let's just put my hand on the lens, shall we? That's stupid. So I built this new piece here. And we're going to try to get all of this in shot as much as we can. Hey, what are you doing? Why do you keep zooming? Do you need more light to stop zooming? All right. Turn the autofocus off. And then we want more light back here on this guy because he's... Actually, what is my ISO? Because I had some crazy ISO set last time. Yeah, we don't want auto anymore. We definitely don't want that fast shutter speed. We're going to go, I don't know, like 0.5 seconds. And then we're going to take this down to 100. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll see where we're at. All right. Problem is I don't think the other alien is really in the shot. Oh, he is. He is. Okay, he is. All right. All right. Now we got our depth of field set to 5.6. We're going to still need more light back here, though. And I want to cut it with some more blue. These are my Newer. This is the name of the brand, Newer. And these are relatively cheap, actually. I have some Lume Cubes as well, but right now I'm going to try these out. They get a little bit more power. Yeah, okay, so the light itself is on the screen, though. We don't want that. We don't want the light itself to be in the shot. So we're going to back that up a little bit. And this room's a mess. All right, there we go. There we go. All right. So we're going to get our fancy remote, a.k.a. cell phone. Right now we just got the two lights on and then the room light. So we're going to see what we can do here. The room light might actually play. But so the Canon's got this little app called Canon Connect. Actually, before I do that, let's clear our... You always want to format your memory card before you start shooting. All right. So let's open up that Canon Connect. And you want to do that before you connect the camera. It kind of yells at you funny if you connect it after the fact. it acts like it's not a regular device that it's going to see. So then you got to join the network. Sometimes this has been kind of buggy since I got this camera. Sometimes it will let me shoot one shot and then this will lock up and I have to restart it and then it works fine. But we'll see what happens. All right. So now we got what I'm seeing here. We're going to just take a test shot. We got the ISO at 100. My shutter speed's at 0.5 seconds. And we're at 5.6 aperture. Yeah, it's going to lock up. So I just hit the shutter. Yeah, it's going to be done. All right, let's do this again. I don't know what's up with that. It's ever since I got this new camera, the Mark II, the software has been kind of buggy. So right now, all I have is 2 blue gelled lights pointing at these figures. But the nice thing is even though I got nothing but blue light on these things, it's not completely washed out because the white light that I'm using to film myself is spilling into here. And it's actually adding some nice, like, just a coolness. So that's what we're seeing. It probably won't focus unless I put it with my face, maybe. Get it in the, yeah, whatever. We'll try shooting. Are you kidding me? Come on. F***ing malfunction. You better find the camera this time, you turd. I've never had this problem, man. You guys are jinxing the shit out of me right now.
2 hours later.
All right. So that's the shot it got right there. So we're going to turn on the mist. We're not going to do anything else yet. We're just going to turn on the fog machine. Or hazer, actually. This is a Chauvet hazer. And this is going to haze up the room pretty interestingly. It's going to be like we're in a nightclub. And we're going to start shooting here. Right now, the haze is pretty light. We're going to let it get through here again. We're probably going to need to bounce that haze back. All right, so there's a little bit of haze. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this hazer. We want it to bounce and kind of get trapped over here. So we're going to kind of do that. Let's see what happens. This camera is acting really slow right now. I don't know what's going on. But we're getting something like, getting something like that. We're going to kind of twist and turn this thing around a little bit. Just kind of get haze in the foreground and background. We're going to just let this blow right here. I want to get another light going in the equation. This one's going to be a warm tone light. This is the Lume Cube here. Actually, I have one on the stand already. So let's get a Lume Cube, and we're just going to bounce it in here and give it some warmth. It's already set pretty warm. It's set to 3200K. So we're going to, I hate these stands. They're so cheap. But they came with the lights. Just shove that back there. Just kind of throw it that way. The room's already getting misty if you can't tell. All right, so now we got a little bit of redness in there. Again, you're probably not seeing any of this. So let's turn that down. Let that sit in here. So you see this hazer can fill up a small space pretty easily. Let's try putting this behind the alien here. We're trying to shoot for Facehugger Friday, right? We'll lower it because we don't want it to be seen. We just want, and it's probably going to be seen. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. I don't know why it's coming out so red, but hey. We got it all the way to max there. Yeah, see, I don't like that. What I want to do, actually, is we're going to, I think why it's so red is we got that pink foam board here. We're going to put this white here. We're going to just put it right against this wall. And we're going to bounce that. So we're going to take this and we're going to point this more at this whiteboard I just put here. That's very subtle. That's very subtle. I like that. The Problem is we lost a lot of our fog that I wanted here. I can move this. I don't need this right now. My cables here, all these things that need to charge, is creating a catastrophe. I'm just saying. All right. What I want to do is I'm getting too much like actual smoke texture. So we're going to switch over here. We're going to change our shutter speed. We're going to bring it down to 1 second. And then we're going to have to up our focal range a little bit because it's going to get too bright. We'll try 7.1. This phone app is acting really sluggish today. Jesus Christ, look at this. Just nothing. And it's still not a clear picture. I can't see what the hell it's doing. So the alien in the front is way too clear. I want to kind of try to soup this up a little bit. That's better. It's got more of that haze to it. But I don't like this orange light being low. I need this coming over this guy's head. I don't know if this thing's going to be tall enough to do that. That's going to put the light in the shot, I think. Let's see what we got. That's not too bad. It's kind of hidden behind the alien there. See, just a couple of little walls that I made just recently. Just want to get... This camera is just so sluggish with the network connection today. See, now it's too bright. I think what I need to do, because it's kind of cut in the middle of the shot with that light, I think what I need to do is move that orange over to the right and put the blue more inside. I think that's going to be more what I need to do. I'm probably going to make that hotter too. So we're bringing that back up to 90%. And let's get some soupy goodness. Yeah, we're going to try this with a light on, guys. You may not be able to see me. You probably see what's going on. Yeah, you kind of see me, right? All right. I think I know what I want to do. This is like a makeshift little grid I've been using here, right? We're going to have to hold this. We're going to have to do. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. See, that's giving me that darker alien in the front because this is all dark, right? We're not savages here. But I want to turn this light down. Actually, probably just lower it. Bunch of trial and error with this, right? So try to get the soupiness back. Get you right in front. Take that shot. I don't know how it's looking yet because it's taking its time. Ooh. That may be the one. As soon as it clears up and I can see it, that may be the one. Come on. I don't know why this is all being slow today. Ooh. There's just one small problem. I want to get his teeth. But damn, that came out great. That came out great. Perfect. We're going to try one of these little bloom cubes. Okay. This is probably going to be too bright. I want a softer light there. I need a grid. All right, first we'll try a diffuser. Oh, well, Actually, I got a whole bunch of crap here. Let's try this little. Let me try this real quick because it's going to diffuse it, and it hopefully will make it look a little less. Nah, it's still looking pretty obvious. Let's put it off to the side, maybe. All right, let's try this. Let's give this a shot, huh? Just going to get this all soupy. We're moving all this around. Get you in front. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think we might have it. Well, we might be onto something here, buddies. So what that did here is gave me just a little bit of light on the front of it. It doesn't look so much like it's underneath them, which is awesome. And it's lighting up the mouth. It's making it more menacing, which is awesome. So we're going to put this memory card in here. We're going to go ahead and pop that in. Yay for popping that in. And there's all the stuff we did. So we're just going to, import that. You can probably just grab what you want, but I just import it all because I live on the edge. I can do it. Import it all. All right. You're done importing. Let's go to the Develop tab here, right here. And that was the first shot we took, right? That was the first clean, no smoke, no fog, no nothing. Let's go towards the end, which is where we were. All right, so that's the one without the last light there. And that should have the soupiness. So we're going to flag that one. We're going to give that a limber. Give that 4. And where is... There we go. And 4. So first thing we're going to do, and I might have to... I probably do this process so kind of weird. So open as layers in Photoshop. And it's opening Photoshop on this other screen. So I'll move it in a second. All right, you done? All right, there we go, Photoshop. So what we want to do is just get this light out of the bottom, right? This light here needs to go. So we're just going to create a layer mask right here. I'm going to select that, hit the paintbrush tool here, which, there we go, opacity. Let's bring this down to 60% because we don't want to overwhelm it on the first go because it can cause some weird, look at that. Boom. And we'll take this here. Yeah. Look at that. Boom. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing in here. So we're going to just save that. Oh, actually, we can get rid of it. No, we'll save it first. We'll get rid of that flight stand here in a minute. Just a minute. I'm going to save that. We're going to reopen it in Photoshop. Just want to make sure we're on the right page here, right? Okay. I'm going to edit again. I just don't want the multiple layers, and you can bypass the multiple layers. So if I hit edit original right now, it's going to open that Photoshop file we just had. We're going to edit a copy with Lightroom adjustments. We're just going to do that. All right. And we're just going to go zoom all the way in. And we're going to grab this rubber stamp tool. Some people use the repair thing or whatever, but I find I get a better deal with the rubber stamp. And actually, I should probably Control-Z all that to the beginning because my opacity is too high. We don't want this opacity, although the flow is down. We're going to put that opacity there, though. And I want to try this side. I'm just grabbing samples from different sides here to kind of hide a lot of this here. I'm going to make this smaller. All right, and So I got this feather effect on here, right? It's on the brush. And so you got to be very careful when utilizing the brush, because what it likes to do is kind of grab outside of what you're telling it to grab. And that's not fun. And this is where it's going to get tricky too, because we're losing so much definition here. It's going to be kind of hard to get a good sample and also to not pick up something you don't want. All right, that's not too bad. It's just a bunch of gray kind of look great. We're almost done, guys. Almost done with the flight stand. But we're going to kind of go over here, I think, and get this color here. And I'm just clicking multiple times just to kind of get in there. And then let me zoom out and take a look. See how that's, you can see this here. We're going to take a bigger clone stamp from this darker area, and it's still muted down to 45%. We're going to just kind of come over a little bit, you know, just a little bit, just too much. Let's go here. That's probably too dark. Let's grab from right here, maybe. We're just kind of filling in with some of those colors. There we go. It's not really obvious now. I mean, oh, let me see. Just trying to play with this a little bit. All right, that should be good. We got this top bit here, but we're going to crop this out. That's the top of the curtain I was using. So let's save this. File, save. And we're going to close that. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, now that we've done all of our, you want to do this before you crop anything, because if you crop things, stuff gets, like when we open these layers, stuff might be cropped wrong. So we're going to just go to this little crop tool right here. And aspect. So Instagram likes 4x5. So there you have it. We got 4x5. We're going to move that up a little bit to get rid of that seam that was up here. And we're going to hit this crop tool again, and it's cropped it. Boom. There we go. We got it. Now, we can do a couple of things. Oh, shoot. There's that stand there. We're going to bring this back up in Photoshop. I missed a stand, I think. Let's see. Just this little bit here. That's not too bad. Since that's pretty even color there, let's bring that opacity up. Let's get rid of this. And I'm just clicking multiple times. We're going to make that smaller here. All right. There we go. No real sign of stands, except for maybe right here. We're just trying to, yeah, there we go. All right. I promise we should be done doing that for now. We'll go back and Photoshop in a few minutes, so because that's, you know, where I put on my little signature thing and all that kind of thing, and yada yada yada. So all right, so we got that. We're cropped down, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the mask tool, and we're going to select subject. It should select the first subject. Let's see. Yeah, and we can add to the mask here. We're going to hit plus, and we're going to grab the brush tool here, make it smaller. Okay, you don't want to work the way I want you to. All right, let's go to size. That's a little too big. Hit Control Z. We'll go. Hey, wait, no. Where's my brush? Ah, you bugger. Cancel. Brush. You know, you stop being. All right, there we go. Adding to this brush stroke here. You're going to get a little bit of thickness there. That's fine. I mean, it's not optimal, but it's fine. All right, so we've got a little mask on this guy, right? So what we're going to do now is with the mask selected, we're going to just kind of bring him up a little bit in exposure, just a wee bit. Yeah. I'm going to bring up just his contrast a bit. And let's see, shadows. It's going to give us some more depth in the shadows. And I'm going to bring down the blacks just to kind of separate him out some, you know, it just kind of does that. So we're going to go back to there. And it's just kind of giving him a more menacing look, in my opinion. The other thing I want to do, yeah, let me see that scratch. That's annoying. We're going to take this healing tool here, and we're just going to grab that. And hopefully that did exactly, yeah. A little scratch on him. Oops. So there we have that. Now, there's a lot of other stuff I can do here. I can play with the clarity, you know, which is cool and all, but we're going to do something else and play with the texture. You know, I can play with the overall highlights and darkness and stuff, but the first thing I want to do is play with these filters and then tweak something if I like it. So I don't know what filter I'm going to go with yet. I'm just playing with all of them, really. Just kind of scroll down these. These are like little presets. Right now I'm on auto plus retro. I'm probably not going to go black and white, so we'll probably skip black and white. I don't usually do that. Cinematic looks really cool, right? But it is really dark. You can't see much of anything. So there's more than one cinematic setting, though. And again, we're losing a lot of the detail here. I mean, it looks cinematic, of course, but it's really dark. All of this. I wish I could grab it for its namesake, but it's almost like AVP2. It's too dark. We're on another section of cinematic here. That's not horrible. We're just kind of scrolling through them. And you know, I might not be able to choose the right one. You guys might have actually decide I should use a different one. Got a futuristic. Futuristic's got a bit more contrastiness to it. Some more higher end colors. That's kind of cool, right? That's kind of cool. I'm going to move this over to this screen real quick because it's a different. What was that? Future 04. Let me just move this over here real quick and put it on Future 04 because that's really cool, but it's very dark, right? All right, still too dark. So we'll put you back. And I don't even know all of Lightroom, you know, just some of it. Future 11 is not bad. Vintage sometimes can have some cool effects too. And like I said, we might grab one of these. We might not. We might just end up, you know, freeforming it. But I usually end up grabbing one. And then I'll play with it after the fact, you know, like kind of tweak it a little bit here and there just to give it some subtle differences. But that's grain off. It's just grain off. It's food. Sometimes when I mean, look at that. That's kind of cool, right? But a bit too much. It looks like a toy. That's not what I want. I don't want things that look like toys. I want you to look at the picture and think you're in the movie. That's not bad. Food 7. I mean, it's bringing things out. You can see it better, right? So keep Food 7 in mind, guys. Food 8. Oh, no, Food 9. Food 7. Food 9. Landscape. Landscape 8's pretty nice too. See, this is when it gets too much like a toy. I probably won't cycle through too many more of these. Between the fog machine and my vape, I can't see anything. Let's look at LF3. I think it might be too dark still, but let's see what it does over here. Why is it so small? Come here. Yep, too dark. All right, I think I liked Food 9. Shite. Now I don't know. That's actually not bad. I kind of like the green on that. So let's try Food 5. Let's look on this monitor too. Come here. Yeah, I think we'll bring it up a little bit more in the brightness, but we'll start with that guy there. We'll do Food 5. I think that's what we're doing. All this back and forth, you know. Food 5. We're on Food 5 now. We're going to go back to my mask. I'll select that, and we're going to bring up exposure just a tad bit more on them. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And actually, let me Control Z that. I'm going to bring up this clarity a little bit. And this texture, actually, let's bring down this texture. Now we're bringing down this texture to make them look more organic and less plasticky. So, but we are bringing up the clarity because it's going to punch out the little highlights a little bit. We could play with the hazing, which is just weird because it works like a mask on it. Although, if we did the whole set, so we go back here and dehaze and play with that. That's actually looking pretty cool. I think we're going to do that. We're going to bring that dehaze down. So we're adding some more haze back into it, making it soupier. Bring that clarity back up a little bit. It's going to help pull them out a little bit. Yeah, this is what we're talking about here. All right, so then we can do some things. I don't usually play with these, but you can play with the midtones if you want. Add like a little bit more, like a more alien green to it, maybe. That's kind of cool. Bring it down to the blues. Now I kind of like the green. We're going to add a little bit more green. I don't usually play with these, so we're exploring. This is your shadows. Add a little bit more blue to it if we want. Green's too much. I think it's a little too much. That's actually kind of cool too, that red, right? It looks pretty evil, menacing. I think we might zero that out here. It's zeroed out, and then let's move it again. That's a little too green. Yeah, we'll add that blue in there. It's still got the green for the midtones, right? And then the highlights. We're on highlights now. I don't usually do this much, so you guys are getting a treat here. That's pretty cool there. And then we're going to just make the blending a bit more subtle here. And then we can balance how much of what we've done. See, we can nuke it, or we can bring it all the way back out. You double click and it'll put it right back to 50%. So it's balanced right there in the middle. Then I like to generally sharpen at 70%. It just seems like a thing. But another key trick is you want to bring the masking in. This is going to help just kind of make it pop a little more. And the best way to do it is hold down Alt and then grab it. And you want to get pretty much just the figures, right? So that's how you're going to do that. Luminance, I just kind of play with this. You know, it seems like a Fisher Price knob, really. I don't see it doing anything. Yeah. Color. I'm going to smooth that out some more. Yeah. Then what you can do is you can set this up so it corrects for your particular model of camera, but I actually kind of liked it without it because it doesn't have my lens, does it? There's no EFM lenses in here, so I'm just going to take that off. I liked it better the way it was. All right. That's all we're going to do to it. We're going to export this into Photoshop and put my little thing on it. So edit Photoshop, edit a copy of Lightroom adjustments, yada, yada, yada. Then we're in Photoshop. And what I do for my watermark is I just have this, these libraries. It was a little icon I made. This is kind of a recent one. And it's right there. I'll just grab it, throw it down here. Yay. It makes it special, right? Now, I'm going to just kind of get this where I want it to. Come on. You're killing me. Come on. There you go. Move. And right there in the corner. And I usually hit that button, of course. And then we're going to go, is it a shadow? I forget. Nope. It's a glow. Not a glow. Yep. And we're going to get that size and more. Kind of like that, I think. Although, and then we're going to bring down the opacity of the whole thing here. Yeah, something like that. And I save it. This is pretty awesome, right, guys? An hour long. We're doing one thing. An hour long. This is going to be posted on Friday, the 28th, just so you guys know. January 28th, we posted Friday. Because it's Facehugger Friday. I know there's no facehuggers in the shot. I could have probably done it, but I didn't. And then I'm going to export this, blah, blah, blah. Again, I probably do this, weird, but it's my process. So we're exporting that, and then we're going to open up Lightroom, which is weird because we're in Lightroom Classic now, but we're going to open up Lightroom. And the reason why I'm doing this is because what you want to do is try to limit the amount of times the thing gets compressed. So if you send it like email, then you get this weird compression ratio and all that kind of stuff. So what I do is I just review it and import it here. Boom. And I can even do more edits if I want. And we'll just hit all photos because, why not? All right. So there we go. We're done. It's uploading to the cloud now up here. And when that's done, I can pull it onto my phone, send it up, whatever I want to do. It's pretty peachy keen. I like it. Well, there you have it, guys. There's the process. It's kind of long, I know. Hopefully, I've edited it down just a bit. If not, then I apologize, hopefully you're able to find the areas that you found the most useful in the process. We'll be doing more of these. Hopefully the processes will be changing and stuff as we learn more during the live streams. And again, guys, I really appreciate all of you being here. Please make sure you hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And we'll see you next time. Coffee.